Hey, fight fans, welcome back to Carl Prusa MMA. I'm Carl Prusa. Today, I'm with UFC Middleweight. He is Mr. Vicious, Mr. Tresean Gore, getting ready for his upcoming UFC 314 contest, taking on Marco Tulio. Tresean, how's your Sunday going, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing good. No complaints.
Absolutely, man. So, yeah, you got a big contest coming up, taking on Marco. Get to go on a big UFC card headlined by Volkanovski and Diego Lopez. Overall, when they pitched you this one, was it a no-brainer but to say yes?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. We in.
Absolutely, man. You've been doing mixed martial arts for a good bit now. You've really made a name for yourself, obviously, being on the Ultimate Fighter and being on the Contender Series. But you started a little ways away ago, like over 10 years ago as an amateur. And I think what people don't realize, man, 10, 15 years ago, this was not as culturally accepted as what it is today. It was not as mainstream. When you first started fighting, do you have any stories of maybe fighting mystery opponents, bars, barns? Do you have anything crazy?
Yeah, man. I fought at the House of Blues. I fought at I fought at Buffalo Wild. I fought everywhere, man. But when this first started, it was majority white people doing it. Like everybody like from the hood would tell me, man, like, it's a white man sport. This for GSP, you know what I mean? Like, but me, like, I always feel like, it's for every culture. It's, MMA, martial arts is for everyone. And yeah, man, yeah, man, that's how I feel on that.
When you first started getting into it, did you ever envision that the sport would blow up to be what it is today?
Yeah. I mean, the UFC, like, everybody wants to fight for that organization. Nobody else wants to fight anywhere else. I mean, and it's still like that. I mean, it's only going to keep getting bigger right now. Like every other competitor that comes, it's like almost a great value version, right? You know what I mean? People don't really want to fight in any other promotion. So yeah, I knew it was gonna be big, man, when I started 13 years ago when I was 17 years old, and I always knew that I would be big. I always knew that I would be number one day, and I thought I would be number one sooner than what I am now. But I'm not gonna question God and His timing. Whenever I'm pound for pound, everybody's gonna know it.
In this day and age, we're really starting to see a mixed martial arts that's very entertainment and personality driven. You have guys now who put on facades. They're characters because they know they're going to get title fights, they're going to get bigger fights, they're going to make more money. How do you feel like entertainment and personality has affected mixed martial arts?
It just made it just a bunch of divas. You know what I mean? Like Kobe Covington, acting like a little. To me, man, you're a pussy if you bring up somebody's family, whether you're acting or not. You know what I mean? So it's like it just brought more drama to MMA, and people like drama. So ultimately, it brought more fans. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with being controversial as long as you're being yourself. When you're putting on a fake facade, that's when you make the sport look shitty. But when you got people like Sean Strickland going off, he's just being him. You know what I mean? And if he wasn't being him, it wouldn't be. If they shut him up, the sport wouldn't be the same.
I think a big byproduct of this whole entertainment personality driven phenomenon of mixed martial arts is something called the casual fan. So these are the guys that usually have beat ups. They like to get drunk. They like to yell, twist them in the you know what, and say all these obscenities and stuff like this. Overall,
Yeah.
what do we think of this type of fan?
Uh, I like all fans, man. Anybody that wants to support me or support the sport, or anybody that doesn't support me, I still like you. It's uh how I feel about it, man. Is a lot of people in the sport of MMA don't believe in God, and I get to give glory to God when I win these fights, and I get to introduce something in their life that they didn't have. So a lot of fans, man. I went into events. There's a lot of hooting and hollering. There's people in there. Shoot, some of them acting like they demon possessed, like whoo, like just going crazy for nothing, bro. Like literally. So I feel like I'm there to impact people in positive ways.
I
So
think so many
all fans.
Absolutely. So many people watch the sport. I think they look at the McGregors and the Masvidals and the Michael Chandlers, and they're like, wow, look at the fame, the glory, being a fighter, greatest life ever. They're all millionaires. Little do they know, man, battling it out to get to the UFC, you're losing money on the regional scene. You have to have a 9 to 5 job for the most part. You throw having a kid in there, throw having a wife in there, paying to train, getting up early, staying up late, missing birthdays, Thanksgivings, dinners, not seeing your family nearly enough just to chase it. You've been doing this for 13 years. You understand the highs and the lows. What's made you keep on kicking and keep on punching forward?
Man, just my vision, the vision that of being the best. I've had this vision of being the best since I was a kid, and I believe it's a vision God gave me. You know, I was 10 years old, shadow boxing in South Carolina. There wasn't anybody else that was a fighter around me. I didn't have any martial arts schools near me. My mother was on drugs at the time, and still suffers from her problems. My dad was in prison, so what exactly forced me to really want to have the knack to want to be the best? I feel like it was God, man, and I feel like my vision and my faith in God has made me keep going. Because when I lost in 2022, I could have easily been like, this ain't for me, but I kept going and I came back and I made some good wins, and now I'm gonna get an even better win in the next 2.5 weeks.
I feel like a lot of fans watch the sport, but they truly don't understand the battle you guys go for. Obviously, you go into the cage, you fight, you try to get in the ring, you try to win that strap. But to me, I feel like fighters are having another battle. They're having that battle to achieve financial freedom. They're having that battle to not have to clock in at 9 o'clock and clock out at 5 o'clock. They're fighting that battle of not having to live by the societal norms, kind of live life with a freedom, live life on your own terms. You dictate what you want to do. For you, is that part of this journey as well?
Hell yeah, it comes with sacrifices. Anybody that has anything in life had to be broke for a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to sacrifice. Me and my wife, we slept in the car. You know what I mean? We slept in hotels, but we knew that it was for a purpose. We moved to an environment where we knew I was going to be uncomfortable in training, and that's what got me ultimately to the UFC. And now I just moved my family out to Arizona to the desert. Now I'm still uncomfortable. So with that being said, man, like, yeah, this is what comes with the territory. If you stay home base and stay comfortable for the rest of your life, you probably ain't gonna be shit. But if you get out there and you get your feet wet a little bit, jump off the porch, that's when things get real.
No, absolutely. You just mentioned moving all the way out to Arizona. What all went into that decision?
I'm just ready to grow, bro. I'm ready. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of talking. I want to just back it up, and I just feel like I needed more than I needed a more than American top 10 team, Lima. They're still a good gym, but you know, you know, it's just more of a newer gym, so the coaching situation isn't set up as well as the MMA lab yet and stuff. So I just came to where I feel like I'm getting the training I need.
Absolutely. Obviously before the Ultimate Fighter, you made a big name for yourself in the Atlanta fight scene. Obviously fighting for NFC, a very big respected promotion down south here. What was it like to be able to, fight locally in the Southeast?
Man, I did all right, man. I did okay. Y'all you just keep your eyes peeled. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I did all right. It was cool fighting for the NFC and stuff, but I haven't showed people what I'm capable of yet. I haven't showed people what I'm capable of yet. And each fight, even if I stop the guy, I feel like I still haven't showed people what I'm capable of. I feel like I got skills in me that's unseen to the UFC, and I need God to bring it out, man. That's it. I'm fighting in 2.5 weeks, and expect fireworks.
Absolutely. Last time out, you got a big win over Tricoli. You were coming off of a big 2-year gap where you didn't have competition. How satisfying of a victory was that for you?
Uh, it wasn't that satisfying, bro. I was grateful to God that I won and made the money for my family, and got to get off that layoff. But I didn't go back and just kick my feet up and relax by any means. I was back in the gym Monday morning and strength and conditioning. You know, but to be honest, brother, I'm still fairly slept on. I'm still, put on the prelims, and it's hard to be happy about a preliminary win or, a fight where I'm not fighting for a ranking or, you know what I mean? But yes, I was very grateful for that win, man. God bless you with that win. After being out for so long, I could have easily went in there and was sloppy, but I'm just as sharp as I was when I left, but I'm 10 times better now.
For you, what went into that 2 year layoff?
Man, injuries. I tore my ligament in my wrist, tore my knee, um, tore my shoulder. So I just had like a bunch of things going wrong with me at one time. And man, I also got a little comfortable after I choked out that dude. I made like I lost 2 times, and I got my UFC career was saved. Through me choking that guy out, and I made good money, like 6 figures, most money I made. And I went and I splurged a little bit, spent too much money, got too heavy, and through me getting too heavy, it's like it was. I started getting injured when I was coming down in weight and stuff. And they scheduled me to fight Bo Nickel, and I tore my scaphoid ligament. Uh, I was scheduled to fight someone else. Then I tore my labrum on 2 different spots in my shoulder, and separated my AC joint. So it's just a bunch of shit that comes with this sport for sure. But now, if I get a little nagging injuries, I just dig through it, brother. That's all you could do.
Obviously went through a lot in that 2 years, a lot of lows and highs in that time. Anything from there that you grew from and, made you stronger because of that experience?
Man, yeah, yeah. Fake people, and just how the world truly is designed. People move on quick, and you know they forgot some coaches, some teammates, some people that I used to communicate with. They forgot about your boy. They thought that Ultimate Fighter talk about me being the pound for pound king one day and the champion. They thought it was dead. They thought I was over. Hmm. Just keep watching, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like I feel like it's gonna be soon now. Me stepping into my throne, but Tulio is a tough opponent. I gotta get through him before I can even talk about that.
I do agree. I think you are underrated and slept on, and for the ability of how well-rounded of a mixed martial artist you are. You've shown it. You've shown it on the show. You can knock people out cold. You've also shown that you can put people in standing guillotine chokes. You're a very good ground game. Your wrestling's very good. When you get on top of someone, it's very difficult for them to get back out. At what point in their career did you really start saying, "Hey, if I want to do this, if I want to be a double champ, that I need to be as well-rounded as possible"?
After I lost, man, 2022 changed my life. Like just trusting in God for all those years that you're gonna remain undefeated and just blow up overnight, and then just to have it all ripped from under you, through having a decision loss to Brian Battle, which I still feel like to this day I won. Man, I feel like I damaged him way more than he damaged me. He got off more, but hey, hats off to my boy. He's doing his thing, man. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him, man. He deserved to provide for his family in that way, and I'm coming too. I'm coming too, So it just motivates me to see my boys doing good. Um, but yeah, man, dang on. What was I saying? Because I got caught up on talking about him for a second. I was saying for 2022 changed me, like losing to him and then losing to Cody Brundage. You know what I mean? Like it just made me realize it's time to evolve. And I'm strong. I hit very hard. I'm technical in some ways. I have a good ground game, but I need more. And I started mixing it up, and I went and I fought 2 months after I got TKO'd, and I choked the guy out right in front of Cody Brundage. I choked this training partner out right in front of him. So that was kind of redemption, but it wasn't full redemption. But it was a piece of redemption just to show him.
Absolutely. Well, you had a really good run on The Ultimate Fighter, obviously going out there to fight Brian Battle in the finale there. But overall, how did that whole experience take? How did you end up getting on the show? What was it like having to go through the auditions, being stuck in a house with a bunch of fighters without a cell phone? What was that whole experience like?
It was hard, man. It was hard, but hell, like them taking my phone and me not being able to talk to my family and having a newborn son and stuff. It was super hard, but it was worth it. I would do it all over again if I could. Um, I would come from a more humble approach. I wouldn't talk and try to convince people what I'm gonna do. Like I try to convince people because the fans they dog me out when they see me face a little bit of failure. You know, when they see me face a little bit of difficulty, they dog me out. But them dogging me out woke me up a little bit. You know what I mean? And but yeah, on the show was the most crazy thing ever, man. You know, being around all those guys that wanted to knock my head off. You know, being a roommate with Andre Petrosky. You know, being friends with me and Brian we were pretty cool on the show. You know, we were only two brothers on the show. You know what I mean? So, and we were both from Carolina. He's from North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. So it's like it was cool, good experience, man. Met some cool people like Ryder Newman. I like Ryder to this day. Um, Gilbert Urbina, that's my boy to this day. Dang on, yeah, man, good ass season. I've missed that shit. It's fun.
So you're taking on Marco Tulio coming up here just in a couple of weeks, April 12th, the big Volkanovski Diego Lopez card. Tulio, a guy on the Contender Series, came in the UFC last year, looking very dominating. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent?
I think he's good, man. I think he's a good opponent. He's exactly what I need on my resume. I'm not talking about him beating me, of course. He's exactly what I need on my resume. I've went against nothing but game opponents in the UFC. You know, like even Cody Brennan's the guy that caught me with the lucky shot. The dude has knocked out other people he wasn't supposed to knock out, like Zachary Reese, which was Zach. They was hyping Zach up. He's knocked out down. Like who else did that dude knock? He hurt Bo Nickel when they fought with that right hand. Bo just held him down for the rest of the fight. So it's like, um, Marco Tulio is a good opponent, but he's not. I've seen his style before. But he has his own unique style in some areas. But I have my ways that I plan on shutting it down.
Stylistically, how do you like this one?
I feel like me and his style, honestly, like are what the UFC fans want. You know, because he likes to come forward. I like to come forward. Um, he likes to be technical and try to draw things out of you. I like to be technical and try to draw things out of you. So I feel like in the beginning it would be a chess match, but I feel like my speed, my timing, my technique will outdo his. And I think I'm gonna have him shooting on me. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see where his grappling at because when he shoots on me, I'm gonna grapple him back. But yeah, that's how I see the fight playing out. I see it playing out as a chess match at first until I start snapping his head back, and then he's gonna try to grab me. And when he grabs me, he's not gonna like that either. And then when he realizes he doesn't like that either, mentally he's gonna start breaking down whenever he's getting his head snapped back with certain things I'm not gonna say. You know, but God bless him, man. He's a tough opponent. He definitely got my nerves rattled. You know, sometimes I wake up thinking about this fight, and I just pray I go in there and see it through.
You touched upon earlier that you're just fighting tough guys, and I mean, it's the absolute truth. I mean, your 4 fights in the UFC are all named: Brian Battle, Cody Brundage, Josh Fremd, and then Antonio Ciccoli. With a win over Tulio, I mean, that makes it 3 in a row at that point. Do you feel like, that gets you closer to that top 15?
Man, hell yeah, man. I need a ranking fight after that, and I want to be put on the main card. You know what I mean? Like you don't got to put me on the main card, but shit, you don't got to put me on the early prelims. I would like to be. I would like more exposure to my name, and yeah, fighting this guy, I would definitely like to fight for a ranking after this. This dude's 13-1. He hasn't lost since like 2017, 2018. He's been on the streak. He fights out of Shooter Box, which has legendary fighters out of there. So it's like I beat this guy, bro. Like y'all gotta give me a number. Y'all gotta give me some respect. When it like I would think that they would try to rematch me and Bo Nickel up. Because Bo wants to be in the rankings. I want to be in the rankings. Bo's on a 2 or 3 fight streak. I would be on a 2 or 3 fight streak. You know, it would make more. It would make sense. But I'm training with I'm training with Bo Nickel's friends now, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna recommend him to not fight me.
No, absolutely. For you at this point in the game, on the show that you mentioned, you want to be a double champ. Has the goal changed?
Never. But at the same time, I don't just base my value off of these belts either. You know what I mean? I want to be a champion in and out of the ring. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be the best humanitarian I could be. Just the other day, like I don't film these things, and I don't expect this interview to blow up and go crazy. But I'll just say it, bro. Like I took my son. We bought some burritos, some water. We found some homeless people, handed it to them, prayed for them afterwards. 'Cause the real thing is that prayer that we gave them. You know. And I saw these people shooting up. They had like aluminum foil. They were hitting something, and it's like I felt that because my mom's on drugs. My mom doesn't do stuff like that. My mom does like use crack. They were using like heroin and stuff like that. And I went over there and I stopped them and I was like, man, I got y'all some food. And my 4-year-old baby was with me and I grabbed them, man. I prayed for them and I told them, man, that they got to get out of this. Their family needs them home. Y'all got to get out of this deception. In Jesus' name, we was going hard on them. I gave them the food. We left. But my point in doing that is because I want my son to follow that. Follow that. I want my son to follow my lead. I don't want him to just see me some big bad fighter whooping ass. I want him to see me helping out when I can too. You know what I mean? Giving life when I can too. So
No, absolutely. Obviously being in the UFC, it's great. You have that opportunity to fight the toughest guys in the world, make some big paydays. I think something else is well underrated. You get that platform. Having that UFC banner on your title allows you to have a platform of social media followers where you can do good things in the world. Obviously, you're someone who wants to praise the Lord, who wants to get their message out there to help other people have their relationship with them. How important for you is to use that platform for your ultimate fulfillment?
man, my goal is to spread glory to God in every corner of the world. And when it's all said and done, and I'm gone and I'm done with this sport, I just pray God's proud of me and how I did it. And I hope that the people around me, the people that got to watch me do my thing and compete, I hope y'all like it too. You know, I I want to bring a different type of middleweight to the middleweight division, and uh and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm different. I'm different from Anderson Silva. I'm different from Sean Strickland. I'm different from Luke Rockhold. I'm a different type of middleweight champion, middleweight future champion, and I'm gonna show that, man. I'm gonna show that.
Ultimately, obviously, you've experienced the highs, you've experienced the lows of this. You've been on one heck of a journey in combat sports. What's the biggest thing you want your son to take away from this journey?
Just persevere, man. Persevere, and just no matter what life throws at you, to just take what it gives you and just pick up the pieces and just go. Sometimes you just gotta pick up the pieces in life and you just gotta go. You can't you can't explain everything, can't you just gotta just pick up the damn pieces and just go and go with what you got. And like I come from nothing, bro, and I picked up the pieces in South Carolina and I just went. And I left with $600 to Georgia and now fast forward, here we are. And I'm about to get this bonus and I'm about to change my family's life after this fight. I'm only on an upwards trajectory, and I'm only going to see victory in my future.
Do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, you could go in there strong as hell, but if you feel like you're not strong, you're gonna get beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could that's like that's like in the bedroom, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't feel like you could do it, if you don't feel like you up for the task, your wee man probably ain't gonna work for you. I'm just saying, bro. It's
Makes
kind of true.
sense.
I'm just saying, if you ain't ready to perform, if you ain't mentally in, then you probably not gonna be in. But how I stay mentally prepared is just through speaking to myself and like praying. I do a lot of praying and I do a lot of speaking to myself because the power of life and death is in the tongue, and I speak power into my life day by day.
Awesome. Overall, what does it mean to call yourself a martial artist?
It means a lot, man. I'm a modern day Bruce Lee. I'm a modern day Jet Li. I'm a modern day. Chuck Norris. I'm one of those people now that I grew up watching. Now people are growing up looking at me and what I'm doing. So it means the world to call myself a martial artist, but at the same time, I don't just want to be a martial artist. I want to be a pioneer, and I want to be somebody that paved my own way. You know what I'm trying to say, brother?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For you, how cool is it to be able now be at a point where you're having kids, you're having young fighters, they're reaching out to you. They're telling you, you inspire them, you motivate them. They want to do this because of you. Is it pretty cool to be in that situation?
Hell yeah, man. I always wanted to be motivation to these people, and sometimes I got young guys that come to me in impoverished situations like I came from. Bro, I'm doing it, bro. I'm training. I did my first day, and it makes me feel good, man. You know what I mean? It makes me feel so good. And just having a son and having a kid on the way, it makes me just realize, damn, I'm getting old. I got a son. I got another son on the way, and I got a lot of young fighters that look up to me now. I'm 30 years old, so it's like it makes me feel good, but at the same time, it makes me feel like, damn, bro, like you're a little older now. Like, damn, you were just 22 trying to talk to Douglas Lima and train with. Now you got 22-year-olds trying to, you know what I'm saying? The cycle goes on. The cycle keeps going.
Very cool. All right, Tresean, last question for you, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome on April 12th when you make your return to the UFC cage in UFC 314 against Marco Tulio?
Man, just tune in and find out. It's gonna be a beautiful victory. I'm definitely going for the stoppage. I know he's gonna be going for the stoppage as well until he feels what's coming back at him. And God bless you, Marco. If you're watching this, bro, God bless you, my brother. God bless your family. Um, mm, man. I'll see you soon, brother. I'll see you soon. I don't have much to say. Just watch. Just tune in.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Tresean, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I know you probably have way better things to do on this Sunday and talk to me, but I wish you nothing but the best and look forward to your fight.
Man, it's nothing. I wanted to talk to one of the best up and coming journalists, out there. You know what I mean? It's nothing but respect to my boy Carlo. Y'all definitely jump on his platform. He's a good guy. He showed me nothing but respect since I've known him through social media. God bless you guys, man.
Thank you so much, Tresean. Well, that's it for us today. And I'm Carlo Prusa. He is Mr. Tresean Gore. You can watch him return to that octagon April 12th, UFC 314. Taking out Marco Tulio. Take care, fight fans.
Let's go.